Hello, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the July 16th, 2024 Action Meeting. The Board of Education Action Meeting will be held in person at the Carolyn G. Atkinson Intermediate School. The meeting will be live streamed on the district website at www.freeportschools.org. Public comments and participation will be permitted in person at the meeting and via email. Statements and questions should include your full name and address and can be emailed to broberts@freeportschools.org. All questions or statements that are not answered during the meeting will be responded to directly as necessary. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, we'll do board announcements, but I do want to say our colleague, Trustee Scott Richardson, is joining us remotely, and we'd like to give him a huge happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And we hope you are enjoying yourself, but we couldn't, leave you alone, so we figured we'd invite you in here with us. At this time, we'll go.
Appreciate all of you. Thank you.
You're welcome, and we'll start with you. Any board announcements? Trustee Richardson?
No, other than just saying thank you to everyone for coming out today. We know it's the summertime, and everybody's trying to get their break in R&R to recover for the school year that we just got out of. But I just want to thank everyone for being in attendance tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Dixon?
Just want to welcome everyone.
Thank you. Trustee Jackson, VP Jackson?
Echo same sentiments. Thank you for being here.
Trustee Owam Jordan?
Same, just welcome everyone. Thank you for being here, and it's great to see so many beautiful people here in attendance on a very, very hot summer day. So thank you for coming out here.
Thank you. At this time, and I have no announcements, but it's an exciting evening. I want y'all to know I just feel something going on here, and I'm not sure what it is. I can't put my finger on it. But when I put my finger on it, I know it's going to sizzle like you just wouldn't even believe. So we are quite excited about tonight. And at this point, before we do the superintendent's report, I would like to introduce you to the head of our search firm, Dr. Brian Perkins. And he'll come up and just give a sort of brief overview of what we've done and how we've gotten to this point. I do want to acknowledge our attorney from Ingram and Smith, Mr. John Gross, who has been just phenomenal through this entire process. And then we'll introduce you to our candidate. When we talk about phenomenal woman, yes, she is. And so we are quite excited about that also. So we'll do the drum roll later. We're not going to give names. But at this point, Dr. Perkins, if you can join us, thank you.
So good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm Dr. Brian Perkins. I'm the principal consultant for Perkins Consulting Group, offices in New Haven, Connecticut, and New Orleans, Louisiana. And I always like to refer to myself as a recovering school board member. And it is because I spent a number of years as the president of the school board in New Haven. And so this work I couldn't get away from, really. And so I do want to take a moment to thank the board for entrusting me and the firm to assist in such an important endeavor. It's been a number of years since this board engaged in a superintendent search, and certainly with big shoes to fill, it was really necessary for someone to come in with an intimate knowledge of not only this area, this region, this district, but public education. And so I'm honored that you allowed me to serve and be in this role with you. So just a brief word about our process to this point. We started out at the beginning of the year, and I also want to thank the law firm and Mr. Gross for being such a dear colleague through this process, but called me to say they want to go with you. And so we spent time initially with the board talking about, I spent time interviewing the board and asking the board who they were looking for as a superintendent. And they outlined someone that I have to tell you had to be just shy of being a super person. And I took that very seriously, that they really had the children and the family, this community in mind when they decided that they wanted to engage with us to find the best qualified person. And so after that, we started focus groups, and in focus groups collected information and then put that all together. Even after the focus groups gave people an opportunity to call, to write, to leave forums. And we had a lot of information, and that actually resulted in a true national search. And often we don't find people right close to home like this that fit the bill. But this board in their wisdom knew that we could find the person, and people really applied from all over the country. And I can't give you names, but far reaches to Freeport to come. And that is a testimony to the strong leadership that has existed on this board, in this school system, that there are so many positive aspects to the district that it attracted some of the nation's best and brightest district leadership. And so after going through that, and I'll tell you a little bit of an inside story, the board initially charged me with finding only 5 people to provide them to choose from. I could not limit it to 5. So we ended up having to start with 6. And because I just couldn't narrow it down to the 5. And so the board took the 6 and then narrowed it down. We conducted interviews. in person, and the board then selected someone who is very, very capable and who you'll meet shortly. And here we are today after great negotiations led by the board attorney and the candidate's attorney. And so I'm just thankful again for the privilege to serve with you. I look forward to working with you, continuing to work with you into the future. And so all I know is to tell you for the community and members of the Freeport community, buckle up your seat belts, because this is going to be something to behold. I know there are going to be great things to come out of this board and this new administration. And so congratulations to you and your retirement. And it has truly been a pleasure. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Perkins. Ms. Davis, we'd like you to just come on up and say a little thing before we continue on with the meeting, but this is your time to introduce yourself and welcome.
I'm a little shorter. Good evening. I am honored to stand before you, to be in this moment in time. I will tell you that I was made for such a time as this, and I know that this is the moment in time for us. And so I want to thank the board for being courageous and progressive and giving me the opportunity to be here. I am excited about our future, the collaboration and partnership. I will tell you, I am in the business of asking interview-like questions in an interview, and their answers spoke to their belief in Freeport, their pride, and their commitment to collaboration. And so thank you for this opportunity. As I think about the work in the district that I have the opportunity to inherit, I want to thank you, Dr. Kishore Kuncham, for your work, for your years of service and dedication to this community. Coming behind you, getting to walk in some of your footsteps is an honor, and it speaks volumes about who you are and your service. And so thank you for being gracious and warm and talking about the great district of Freeport that you've had the honor, and congratulations on your retirement. Let's absolutely give it up for him. I have been thinking about, reflecting on, praying about this opportunity, this moment. Transparently, I woke up crying and praying this morning. Because that happens sometimes, right? But I think about the scholars of promise here in Freeport and what's possible for us to create together for their future, and that everything is possible. I think about the community here, people who have come out, they're braving a rainstorm, 95-degree weather, and still here when I look to my left and my right. And so that says that this community believes in the scholars, in the children who we will all serve. When I think about the alumni of distinction and people who have been here and walked these halls and been educated and gone on to do great things, and I get to be connected to them and to that part of this community. And most importantly, I'm looking forward to the conversations, the listening, the learning that I will do. I'm looking forward to talking with our scholars, from the littles to the teenagers who act too cool for school, right? But I'm looking forward to getting to know all of them and to see them. My leadership style is to be outside or in these district streets, as I like to say. And so I can't wait until they'll get to see me. I've been thinking about and dreaming of the day where they get to give me a wave, And they'll say, hey, Miss Davis, and soon to be Dr. Davis. Okay? I am a baby who was educated in public school. My parents, shout out to Sharon and George. My parents believed in education and believed and encouraged us to pursue our dreams. If my mama were here, she would tell parents, don't you shush that baby, she might be a principal. But my voice was always encouraged. My gifting, how I communicate, how I could move the crowd or engage and then later teach, right? And then lead as a principal. I've been an educator for almost 28 years. And what better place to jump out and jump in to a new community than in Freeport Public Schools. And so I'm honored, I am humbled, I made up a new word, I'm scared and excited, I'm skited. Feel free to use it, but make sure you give me credit if you do. And one of the things I'll leave you with that members of the board we talked about when I met with them, one of the quotes that I live by that anchors me in my leadership, comfort and excellence don't go together, ever. And so anybody achieving at the top of their game will never tell you about how comfortable they are in their service. Their house might be comfortable, their car might be comfortable, their vacations might be comfortable, but they will never tell you that in the pursuit and in the act of achieving excellence, how comfortable they are. And so I'm excited about pursuing excellence and creating a bright, a bold, a beautiful, and a joyful future here at Freeport Public Schools. Thank you, everybody. God bless you.
Thank you, soon-to-be Dr. Fia Davis. We appreciate you and look forward to the journey. At this point, I'd like to have comment from our superintendent. Do you have any? Yeah? No, you don't.
I'm going to limit my remarks for tonight, being a very special occasion. So let me extend a very warm welcome to soon-to-be Dr. Davis. And I'm excited for you, and I feel relieved. Finally, the board has made the decision, and I'm glad to have you begin before I leave. And absolutely, I've come to a magical place here and an exciting place here. Wish you all the best. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Kunsham. Mr. Roberts, do we have any questions from the public?
No questions at the time, Madam President.
Thank you. We'll go on to items of action. Vice President Jackson, 6.1.
If you wanted to record, this is the moment for the appointment. Just tell you. Yeah, I know you got the live stream too, but I said let me let them know. All right, 6.1, personnel, appointment of superintendent of schools. Resolve, the Board of Education herewith appoints Fia Davis as superintendent of schools for a term commencing on August 21st, 2024, to and including June 30th, 2028. And be it further resolved that the President of the Board of Education herewithin authorized to execute an employment agreement with Fia Davis as Superintendent of Schools on behalf of the Board of Education. And be it further resolved that the President of the Board of Education is herewithin authorized to execute an agreement with Fia Davis, providing Ms. Davis for up to 10 transition days for use in her assumption of the duties of superintendent, to be used during the period between the dates of adoption of this resolution and August 21st, with compensation for said work at Ms. Davis's future per diem salary as superintendent in effect on August 21st, 2024. Congratulations.
Okay, Okay, choir, we're going to have, may I get a second, please?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Everybody, abstentions? Unanimously, we have selected Ms. Thea Davis. Woo! And we- So we are quite excited as a board, and I know we'll go through the, do we have any questions from the public, Mr. Roberts?
No questions, Madam President.
Wonderful, thank you. I would like to take this time to, I sit here because someone else sat here prior to me, and that's my colleague, Ms. Trustee Maria Jordan Awalum, and who has done the work. And so it is not an easy seat to fill, and we will work this all together as a board. And we are excited about the work we're going to do and will continue to do. And as we continue to transition and pass the torch, we have Dr. Perkins working with us. But we're excited, and I'm excited and like to thank the board for all the time and the hours that we put in, and all the questions, and, you know, and everything came out, and look who we have. So it was all worth it. And so thank you to each of you, Trustee Richardson, Trustee Dixon, to VP Jackson, to Trustee Jordan Nawalum. Thank you all for the work. And of course, John Gross, who keeps us on task, right? And so at this time, are there any comments from the board? Birthday, Trustee Richardson.
Welcome, Ms. Davis, to Freeport. Again, we're very excited to have you be a part of the family, and we look forward to exciting and new and fun and pressing but rewarding situations to come. So we thank you for accepting, and we welcome you aboard. God bless you.
Trustee Dixon.
I'll just extend a warm welcome, Ms. David. Welcome to our district. And thank you, Dr. Kanchum, for all the years that you have given us. Thank you.
VP Jackson.
Just congratulations again. Thank you to everyone involved in this process, from Dr. Perkins from the onset. As has been mentioned, John Gross, just incredible through every single step. I've learned so much. I also feel relieved today, and I feel like we are in such good hands. Again, to Dr. Kunchum, I've said over and over again, 15 years of service, 30 years to a district is just simply incredible and speaks to servitude. And so again, thank you for everything that you have done for this community. And we really look forward to soaring together. So again, thank you for accepting, and I'm excited.
Thank you. Trustee Jordan Wallen.
Congratulations once again, and it has felt like it's been years in this process, but it pretty much has been about 6-7 months, so it has been a long process. It was a lot of work because we needed to make sure we were doing the right, making the right decision for our community. When you're serving over 7,000 students in a community, you know, we have to have the best. So we have had the best for the past 30 years, and we know we will continue to do that. So thank you, Dr. Perkins, for everything. It was not easy, but it's great to work with you, and of course, John, and I'm definitely looking forward to working with you, Ms. Davis, soon to be Dr. Davis. Congratulations.
And as Freeport Village, I see you have your village too. And when villages come together, there's nothing we cannot get accomplished. And so we are glad that you're part of our village and look forward to working with you. And I'd be remiss if I did not look to my right and say thank you to Dr. Kunchum. When I was on the board in 2000 to 2006, I always sat next to him because he calmed me during some really tumultuous times. And so I'm happy to do this second term with you, and I'm happy to be here as you leave after 30 years of giving to this district. And that does speak to the phenomenal work, and I'm going to use phenomenal to death because that is who we are and who you've put us in the position and also gotten us there with our Be the Change and Change Makers. So thank you for being the change, and thank you for for all of your service. So thank you. And as we pass the baton, right, and it's a clean pass. It's not one of those where we drop it, the Olympics coming soon, everyone, for that little bit. But as we now, yes, we will, yeah, we'll do that. And so I want to invite you up so we can definitely pin you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This process has felt like a very long time. And every moment, every phone call, every question, he was patient and reassuring. And I just want to acknowledge you for your professionalism and your commitment to this. He put me at ease even when I didn't know. And so I just wanted to, I look forward to the work we're going to do with you. And so thank you, sir.
I tell you, we've come to the great part, and that is we're adjourning the meeting at this point. So I have a motion to adjourn the meeting, please.
So move.
May I have a second? All those in favor, second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm opposed to.
Don't go to, don't bring him to weddings, okay, because that won't work. We can't, no, so, but thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and congratulations, Ms. Davis, again. Thank you.